I don't know. I'm very experienced. I'll look down to the computer.
Yeah, let's just do this.
Notice that the 3 over 3 cancels, 2 over 2 cancels, and you're left with 4. Notice that you have an 8 on the top and you have 4 times 2 on the bottom, so they cancel out. 9 on the top cancels with 3 times 3 on the bottom, so you're left with 12 over 3, which is 4. $16 on top can cancel with 4 times 4 on the bottom. 15 on top cancels with 5 times 3 on the bottom. 21 divided by 7 is 3. You can cancel 18 with 9 and 2, 36 with 4 and 9, and 22 over 11 is 2. You can cancel out 3 and 4 on the bottom with the 12 on top, and 7 and 14 would give you a 2 on the top. 16 and 4 is a 4 on the top, so you would end up with 8. Winning numbers today are 3, 6, 8, 12, and 19. Today's objective is to use factorials. And a factorial sign is this. Looks like an exclamation point. Example 1. If I had 3 factorial, that's the same thing as saying 3 times 2 times 1, which is 6. And these don't change. So once you know 3 factorial is 6, you can remember that just like you do 5 squared is 25. If I had 5 factorial, that's the same as 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 2 is 6. The 1 doesn't really matter. You should come up with 120 for 5 factorial. Four factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 24. Three and 2 cancel with 6. 3 and 2 cancel with 6. You're left with 5 times 4. You can cancel out 4 and 2 with this 8 and 3 and 2 with the 6 and be left with 7 times 5, which is 35. 6 factorial is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 720. Eight and 4 cancels with 32, and 8 and 6 cancels with 48. 25 over 5 is 5. Answer on this one should be 6. Answer on this one is 48. Answer on this one is 36. Answer is 576. Three factorial is 6, 2 factorial is 2, and 6 factorial is 720. So you add these three together and come up with 728. The winning numbers are 2, 4, and 10. In this example, we have 6 factorial divided by 4 factorial. There's a way you can do it other than typing it all in the calculator. You know that 6 factorial is 6 times 5 times 4 and so on, all down to 1. And then 4 multiplied by 3, 2, and then 1. Notice a pattern that develops here. Part of this will cancel out. If you have 4 factorial underneath 6 factorial, this cancels out with this. So in other words, what you end up with is 6 minus 4 is going to be 2, which means you only need the first 2 items from 6 factorial. And the answer would be what? 30. So if I had something like, you need to see 3 or 4 of these in a row to see the pattern. Some of you might. If I had 7 factorial over 5 factorial, the difference between 7 and 5 is 2. So for 7 factorial, all I need is 7 times 6. I don't need the rest of it because it cancels out with that. So the answer is 42. If I had 10 factorial over 7 factorial, the difference between 10 and 7 is 3. So I only need 10, 9, and 8, the first 3 of 10 factorial, which is 720. Or you can type them all in the calculator. Here's another. If I had something like 9 factorial, that's not going to show up. 9 factorial over 5 factorial. The difference is 4, so I only need the first 4 of 9 factorial. And that would be the same as 72 times 42, and then, yeah, you would have to put that in the calculator. So either way you do that one, you're still going to come up with the right answer. If you did 72 times 42, you would come up with, I think, 3024. 72 times 42? Yeah, 3024. For this, the difference between 11 and 9 is 2, so we only need the first 2 terms of 11 factorial, and that would be 110. Answer should be 727.